Hey, everyone. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. I can't see everyone who's on here, but I'm really grateful that you all are here. I wanted to have our host and the director join, Diana Keeler, and Stacy Marbury. They are here somewhere backstage. So they're going to come on in a few seconds. And I'm so happy. I'm so excited to premiere this short film music video with you. And I really hope that you enjoy it. So come on, Stacy, Diana. I know you're there somewhere. Hey,
We are here.
yay. So I just let me introduce you to Diana Keeler. She's one of the featured actors in the video. She also helped do coloring for it, and she was super instrumental being on set, helping out whatever way we could help. She could help out, and I super appreciate her because when I first met her, and I said I was doing a music video. She was like, "Oh, music video! I love music videos." I'm like, "Oh, well, great. Maybe you can help out with this one." And you were super duper helpful. And your work is beautiful, and I really appreciate everything that you did, and setting all this up. And now you're my manager, so there's that too.
No, it's been an exciting ride. I mean, everything like on set, we had such a great location and everything. It was just like an honor to be part of this project.
Yay! And then Stacy, who I've known for ooh man, a long time. I actually was in. Stacy's a SAG award-winning filmmaker. I was in her very first film. I starred in her very first film. I was the lead male actor that won a SAG award, and so now I get to brag and say I didn't know what a SAG award was back then, but now that because I wasn't really acting, but now that I'm an actor, I say that out loud to people. Um, and so Stacy, who I've known for forever, she's like family. I've literally known her uh, at this point, probably no, a long time. It's been a long time.
To say that.
Yeah, I don't want to say when. Um, but yeah, so Stacy, when I asked her if she wanted to come and direct it, and she was, right there. There was no hesitation, and um, it took a while. It took a lot of talking, to finally get this done. And I knew it was coming up, but we shot it in September. September. It's almost a year, and we waited. We've been submitting to film festivals, and so that's been a slow but steady process, and we're going to continue to submit, and I appreciate Stacy very much. Some of the things that people have said that they really loved working with Stacy, um, and so that was great. Um, and so yeah, I appreciate both of you guys. I appreciate everyone who was involved with the shoot. Everyone that's in it. Um, I should probably name them. Let me name them now. My friend Arlene De La Pena. She I asked her. I've known Arlene since I moved to LA almost 6 years ago. She, along with Stacy, helped to get me into this whole film world, and I'm super grateful. She moved to Hawaii a few years ago, and so I just on a long shot, I was like, "Hey, you wouldn't happen to be in town on this particular date?" And she's like, I can be there. And so she came over from Hawaii, came in that day, and basically came in, was in the video. She'll see her. She plays technically my ex. I don't know, ex what, wife, girlfriend, whatever. And so my friend Katja Rickerman, who also plays saxophone. She's a rock star. She played with Rod Stewart and Lady Gaga and Brooks and
She's
Dunn.
here.
Oh, hey,
Should we
Katja.
bring her up?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
So So Katya, thank you for joining us. Um, she's a rock star. She is also family. She when I first moved to LA, the first person I called was Katya, and I said, I'm here. She's like, oh, well, let's try and find you some gigs. And if you've known me for a while, I'm like the resident percussionist for this Tuesday night thing that has been going on at the Whiskey A Go Go for several years, called Ultimate Jam Night. And so whenever they need a percussionist, I'm generally the first person they call. And so that has really helped me to find my footing as a musician here in LA. And that actually helped me to find some of the people, because a lot of the people who are in the video are musicians. Some are actors as well, of course. So Katya, and then Eliza James, who's a violinist. She's actually playing right now in New Jersey. She's on tour playing with somebody in New Jersey. But she's like Burt Bacharach and Paul Anka's violinist. She's in it. She also didn't hesitate when I asked. Stacy Genkaiko Adlao. She's an award-winning screenwriter, filmmaker, director. Um, she um, she came in from Las Vegas. She was temporarily moved to Las Vegas while her and her husband were in the middle of apartment moving. And she just bought a house. They just bought a house here in LA. So I don't know if she's online. She's probably moving into her house. That's Stacey Genkaiko. Uh, Kare Morin. She is a dancer. Um, and she is an amazing dancer. So she helped a little bit with the choreography, and she helped to, really make sure that I wasn't tripping over my feet. And she also plays like the makeup artist, and so yeah, and I appreciate her. Let's see who else. Victoria Theodore, my friend Victoria, who is also right now getting into acting. She's actually in Tick Tick Boom as the one of the keyboard players in Tick Tick Boom, and she played all the piano parts in Coda. So she's like in these Academy Award winning amazing films. She also played with Stevie Wonder for, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years, and she did the Beyonce Lemonade tour, and she's a Broadway musical director. She did a Broadway play, the Donna Summer musical. And who else? Von Dio, who's an amazing stunt man, came in, and at the last minute when I needed somebody, he came in. Um, let's see, and my buddy Robert Ibach, who is an amazing superstar remixer. I actually worked on the Taylor Swift "Me" remix with him, or he asked me to work with him, and so I'm playing congas on that. But he works with, he's worked with like Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato, Marshmello, like you name it. Yeah, he's done it, and he also helped co-produce the song. And Katya actually, she helped do the horn arrangements. We did those together because my original horn arrangements were pretty wild, and so she sort of roped those in and made them much better. And so I really appreciate that. Who else? And so I think that's everyone that's on screen. And then I wanted to thank Nilo Sembrano, who DP'd it, and Kenneth Chan, who also DP'd it, and Nolan Tianco. Nolan was the assistant director, and who, without his amazing scheduling abilities, he's also a DP and a writer, and we worked together. I've actually worked with everyone. Everyone's just friends and family to me. So yeah, Nolan came in, and he was like, I'd like to be the assistant director. And I'm like, okay. And he had the crane, he had all this equipment, and he's amazing. And so everyone who's in it is amazing. And so yeah. So hey, Chang. I haven't seen Chang. So Chang is an amazing friend of mine from the Bay Area. If you don't know, I'm originally from Oakland. I moved to LA 6 years ago, and so yeah, it's good to see you. So yeah, it's over. It's over. So before I moved to LA, I used to have a solo career singing, and it's been 8 years since I've released new music, and so I'm super excited. I used to go by the moniker of D Edward, D period Edward, like Dale Edward, and so that was a challenge to not get people to call me D Edwards. Um, and so I decided to change my name, my artist name, to Dale Edward Chung, which is the name that my mama and daddy gave me, and just really lean into to who I am. I think that when I first started singing, doing like R&B pop music, my very first album was called Little Red Box, and it was D Edward, and it didn't have any of my pictures on it because I wanted people to listen to the music instead of looking at me and prejudging. And I think that was good for the moment. But now, I'm ready to kind of step in and be Dale Edward Chung, me, just me. Um, and so it's over is kind of about new beginnings, right? And I kind of talk about that in the short film video, um, that I am going from D Edward to Dale Edward Chung, and it's about rebirth and moving on, and kind of breaking those stereotypes that try to define us, and in the end, it's a happy song, about moving on and moving forward and moving up. And so, yeah, I hope that it is inspiring to people that are listening to it. So far, not that anybody's going to tell me they hate it, um, but so far the feedback has been really good, and so I really appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone who is here today, and I appreciate everyone who has listened to it since Wednesday, and keep listening to it, share it. And yeah, because it's kind of nerve-wracking, putting myself out there and doing this, especially after 8 years. So many things have changed, and so yeah, so that's a lot of talking.
I actually have to go because I have a gig and I gotta pack up my stuff and go. But I wanted to come by and congratulate you in person again. And yeah, I'm happy to be part of it.
Yay. Thank you, Katya. I love you so much.
Love you
Thanks so much for coming.
too,
Great
Diane,
gig.
Stacy. Good to see you again. And maybe we'll see each other in person sometime soon again.
Hopefully.
All right.
Yes, would love that.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta go. Bye.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, so I don't know. Do you guys have anything you want to say? If not, then
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to hear more about Stacy and directing, but I think we should maybe show your video to everybody first, and then we can talk about like all the different scenes. There's so many scenes in this, and I think maybe we can show people and then hear more about that from the director. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, world premiere. It's over. Video release.
Yay.
Everybody ready? Here we go.
Okay, that sounds good. Hey, D. Edward, how are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm Stacy Marbury, the director. I have been waiting for you, and I am so excited to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Stacy. You know what? Call me Dale.
Okay.
D. Edward's my stage name. It's the name the label gave me because they didn't know what to do with a Chinese-American soul singer.
Come on.
You know, it's all good.
Okay. This is Nolan.
Hey, Nolan.
He's going to be taking you down the hall. Hair, makeup, wardrobe. See you in 15 minutes.
Awesome.
All right.
Let's
Take
go.
care. See you soon.
Don't let her get to you. You got this. This is your moment. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. water. Yeah.
We're ready for you.
Okay. You got this. I've been walking around and word is all over town that you've been using me, and I ain't gonna lie, it cuts like a knife, but I'm over it. No more tears I cry. Now I'm gonna miss your high heel loving when you're gone. I got to keep on moving. I got to keep on moving on. And I'm gonna miss you, baby, but it's over now. Over now. And you're gonna miss my loving, 'cause it's over, baby. Over now. Or was it just a dream? Were you all in my mind? Was it just a dream, baby? I'm stronger today. Oh, baby, don't you know I am? I'm able to walk away and free myself from the chains that bind. I'm not the same, no. I have made up my mind. There's one thing I know for sure. I can't say for certain that I'm gonna miss your loving. Yes, I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. But I got to keep on moving. I got to keep on staying strong. And I'm gonna miss you, baby, but it's over now. Over now. And you're gonna miss my loving, 'cause it's over, baby. Over now. Or was it just a dream? Were you all in my mind? Were you just a dream? Oh, baby. And I'm gonna miss you, baby, but it's over now. Over now. And you're gonna miss my loving, 'cause it's over, baby. Over now. And I'm gonna miss you, baby, but it's over now. Over now. And you're gonna miss my loving, 'cause it's over.
Yay. So there it
Congrats,
is.
Dale.
Thank you. I forgot that I dedicated this to Jack Sue, who a lot of people don't know who that is. He was a pretty famous actor, Asian American actor in the 1960s and 70s. And I guess his big claim to fame, he was like in Flower Drums. He was like in all the like the Asian centric films back in the 60s. But he played a character on a sitcom called Barney Miller. And he played this detective who, that's kind of how I know him as a little kid, watching Barney Miller, which Barney Miller had this amazing like theme song. That's back when they had amazing theme songs, but like it was like boom, bo-do-dum, bo-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So anyway, that's what me and my friends, like as we got older and I got into like music, we used to talk about the theme to Barney Miller, kind of like the theme to Seinfeld too, right? And a bunch of different TV shows. But so anyway, he played this character, kind of like this kind of lazy sort of character, detective, New York City detective. Named Nick Yamana, and he was old by then, by the 1970s, old, and he died not that long after that show. Like I think it was on for several seasons. It was a big hit show, but then he died right after that. So you don't really hear about him very much anymore because had he lived, he'd probably be one of the like big grandfather Asian actors that we would still know about. But what I discovered in trying to talk about video concepts with Stacy was that he was signed to Motown Records in 1965. He was the first African American male. He was Asian. And yeah, he recorded that song for Once in My Life. He was the first person to record that song for Once in My Life. That Stevie Wonder made a hit song. For once in my life, I had someone who needs me, someone I needed so long. So he did that first, and I don't know what happened, but Motown never released it, and it's on the shelves and in the Motown library right now. And so they never released it. He never had a singing career on Motown, even though they signed him initially. And then Stevie Wonder recorded it and made a hit record, and the rest is history. But so I wanted to dedicate this video film to Jack because he kind of pioneered that whole thing that I was trying to do in this video. And the song is a Motown-esque groove. And so I thought it was very appropriate. So anyway, enough of me talking.
That's great, Dale. I want to hear more just about like the process of the music video since we have Stacy with us. Stacy, do you want to share about like the directing, how the story came together?
Yeah. Congratulations, Dale. I'm so excited for you for releasing this album. So I wanted to say that first. There was, Dale and I had talked for about a month or two, or maybe 3 or 4, just about the concept of what the whole reasoning, behind not just the lyrics of the song, but what we wanted to say or what Dale wanted to say, and so, with this process of, discovering Jack Sue, and I know Barney Miller from from reruns. And so I just was really kind of taken aback that this is history. This is music history. This is history that hadn't been, shared. And so once we finally came with the concept of like, let's make this in the 60s, and what was happening at that time, there was this kind of, my concept, there was like this awakening of a lot of folks, just talking about representation, and so we wanted to kind of, put Dale back into the center of things, of being, embodying Jack Sue, in if you were in a type of way of like saying, there are a lot of Asian Americans or a lot of folks who are making wonderful music, and should be heard. I'm just gonna say it, and not cool that Motown hasn't done anything since. I understand, Stevie Wonder has a song, but there should be some conversation around this. And so if we can be that catalyst for the conversation, then let's make it happen. And so this was the conversation between Dale and I, on how to have this conversation. And so throughout the video, there are all these little Easter eggs, that are talk a lot about what was happening at the time that we were filming, AAIP representation, and just say it loud. So this was this it was a really beautiful conversation because I learned a lot, and wanted to incorporate everything and anything into that music video. So it's set in the 60s, the walls, there are posters, that kind of, harken back to a time period of poster art. His outfit, back in the 60s, there was this really interesting way of doing promoting songs. And it took place in living rooms. There's sets, but it took place in living rooms. And this was a way of people like coming into your home and promoting music. And so we wanted to do that, in terms of the set design. We wanted to, to have this type of like living room setting. And so we're being brought into your home, but in this time and day and age, everybody's represented. And so, that was really important to us as well. Dale being, the center of it all, and really, the fact that he's the center of it all is really making, a statement. So, that was kind of the whole concept in, the world that was built in making the music video.
Of course, if you actually know me, you know that I appreciate being the center of everything.
I'm not going to say that.
But so yeah. I love the fact that was where we were trying to go, in terms of the Asian American Pacific Islander, representation. I think that this year's Grammys, which I just came back from, was great in terms of that. I think that there's more and more representation happening. People like Bruno Mars, Olivia Rodrigo, Saweetie. There are much. The representation is happening now, which is amazing. Because when I was a kid, it didn't exist. It didn't exist in music, that I knew of. And the people that I saw in film, the representation were always subservient people, both the men and the women, like the emasculated man and the fetishized woman. And so that is slowly changing, which is amazing. And I'm glad that I'm here for it, to see this positive change that's happening. And I hope that I can actually be part of, helping to forward that whole idea that, as American, as creative artists, that we are here. We're not, foreigners. We are American. That was one of the things. I'm fifth generation Chinese. My family got here to America in the 1860s. We came into the Monterey Bay area. And, when we got here, slavery was still happening and the Civil War was still happening. And we didn't build the railroads. But, to hear my aunts and my uncles talk over the, growing up, they're all gone now. And my mom, they my aunt had once said, my oldest aunt Liz had once said before I moved here, before I was even in the film business, she was like, "Oh, somebody should make a movie on our family. It would be a great American story." And so that was, that was how I grew up, in Berkeley and Oakland. That was, my whole mindset is that America was a melting pot. Even though, there were times, many times when, I get asked that question, well, where are you from? Well, I'm from Oakland or I'm from Berkeley. Yeah, but where are you really from? Where's your mom from? Well, she's from Berkeley. Where's your grandmother from? Well, she's from Monterey, you know. And it's that whole perpetual foreigner idea that people have. And I'm glad it's changing. I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area, and so Bay Area is kind of a different place, although not and yet not different in many ways. But I grew up, everyone, that the way everyone looks in this music video are literally how my classes looked growing up, in elementary school to college. And it's a beautiful thing. So anyway, I'm going to keep rambling if somebody doesn't stop me.
Well, I mean, I think hence the whole thing of it's over as well. I mean, there's so many different meanings, but
yeah, there are, right. See, so that absolutely that is definitely one of the concepts that we talked about, that it's over. It's time, for Asian representation, in front of the mic, doing, pop and R&B music, really any kind of music. Journey has a Filipino lead singer, Arnel. And so it's amazing, things are changing, and I love it. I love it. And we need to continue to have representation, because it does matter. That's become such a buzz phrase, but representation matters, for all of us. So anyway, save me.
amen. Amen.
Yeah, absolutely. Dale, if people want to get their own copy of their song, where should they go?
Oh yeah. So if you want to actually buy this, so first of all, stream it. If you're on Spotify, all the streaming sites, I'm there, Spotify, Apple Music. Please stream it, because the more you do it, the more the algorithms pick the song up and me up, and follow me on Spotify and wherever else you can follow me. If you actually want to buy it, you can buy it from my Bandcamp page if you want to buy an MP3 of it on Bandcamp. And I'm actually, we have discounts, like a 50% discount. Oh, there it is, a 50% discount code, which is release 50. So you can buy. You have the option to pay what you want, and you have an option to get a 50% discount. If you don't want to do that, I'm also on like iTunes and all of that stuff. I get less money doing it that way, and I won't see that money for months. Whereas if you buy it through Bandcamp, that's an immediate transaction. Or you can go to my website, DaleEdwardChung.com, and buy it from there. But whatever, I'm available. Like, I'm everywhere. Like Tupac said, I get around.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dale. I'm going to also put that in the chat window for everybody. If you'd like to get a copy of Dale's song, that was very catchy. I'm definitely going to be listening to that on repeat today. I've just put the link in the chat as well.
It's live on YouTube now too. So, feel free to watch the video again, because I know you'll want to watch it again, right?
As many times as possible, because we want to be able to get traction for film festivals to pick up the film, and because I think that this is a really interesting topic and conversation to have, and not just within California or Los Angeles or the Bay Area, but everywhere, and so yeah, watch the video, click.
Yeah, so everywhere, listen to the music, stream it. Buy it if you can. You know, watch the video over and over. Share it because it's super important. That is where you know, as an independent artist, that's, you know, our bread and butter. Um, our you know, the fans and friends and people who are watching this art, independent art. And so, you know, that's all I can say. Support independent art because and I'm an independent artist. And so, yeah. And I'm releasing more music. I'll be releasing several songs throughout the summer and then eventually an EP. So stay in touch.
Amazing. Dale, can you give us any sneak peeks of what's coming next for you?
Well, yeah. So I have oh, what's next? Like in terms of there's the sneak peek. I'm releasing more music. I'm releasing more music. We're working on the next music video, maybe short film. I don't know. And so I've got, I think 5 songs now. It may end up being 6. I'm hoping to work out this duet with popular dance music artist, and who's also a friend. So I'm hoping she had also just released her album, so she's super busy. So I'm hoping to be able to work with her and get something creative flowing and done. And yeah, and I'm gonna be working on putting the band back together and doing some live shows, and you know, I may end up doing some acoustic stuff. I'm hoping at some point to book another show at like Hotel Cafe or a place like that. I haven't decided yet. I've just released this song, so I'm really trying to figure out what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do it, as well as, you know, because I also work in film. You know, trying to fit all those different things together, and come and see me live, so so that we can all see each other in person. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and if any of you are looking for live shows, if you go to Dale's website, there is an events page on there as well. So you can see upcoming shows, you can see Dale live, you can also follow. He's very good at posting news, so definitely make sure to check that out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do we have any other questions from anybody?
No.
Yeah, it looks like our chat is a little quiet today.
Okay.
Well, if you have any other questions, remember that you can reach out to Dale at Dale's website, online, social media, very active everywhere. Dale,
Yeah,
as you mentioned, loves to hear from everybody. So
I do. So it's Dale Edward Chung on my social media, everywhere, pretty much. So yeah. If we're not following each other on like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever else is out there, TikTok. I just started doing TikTok, so that's a whole new thing. I have like 3 followers. But so anyway, yeah, follow me, keep in touch, please. LinkedIn, all of that stuff. I'm everywhere. Kind of a social media slut. So yeah, yay.
awesome.
So thanks for coming, everyone. I super appreciate you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dale. Congratulations on an epic music video release. Thank you, Stacy, for joining us today. And we will see everybody soon.
Bye.
Bye.